It's a new episode of the Bacchanal Podcast. This is the Bacchanal Podcast, a fusion of hip hop, video games, comics, music, nerd culture, all rolled up into one spectacular show. I am Akil, joined by K to the C.
Yes.
Repping the T dot, and we got special guests in the building. I got my boy JT.
What's good? What's popping?
What's happening, man? What's good? What's happening? What's popping, baby? I like that.
Not much, man. Just enjoying this weather out here in Arizona.
Oh my God, I'm jealous. I got a sweater on in my house.
I see.
That's how it's looking right now on the T-dot, man. It's crazy. It's raining. It's looking like England.
I don't know what that's like anymore, man.
Yeah, man. Akil was good. How you feeling?
Doing good, man. I went to the barbecue festival. I ate 2 Philly cheesesteaks, a turkey leg, and then I got something called chicken on the stick, where they just put chicken, they grill that shit on the stick, and then you pick what sauce you want to dip it in. And I told them to put it in the Jamaican jerk. It was the mildest Jamaican jerk. I don't know what Jamaican they went to, but he ain't the one. He wasn't the one.
Caucasian Jamaican jerk.
I said, what the fuck is this? It tastes good, but nah, it wasn't no Jamaican jerk.
It didn't make you say, "Bumbleclot!"
Rasclat!
Rasclat! Didn't hit you like that, though.
Nope.
Didn't make you log on and step, you know?
Rasclat. I didn't want to start doing pasa dancing. None of that.
Shit.
Move your ass.
So this is episode 98, man. Welcome everybody to the show. Welcome, shout out to all the workers, you know, the blue collar, the white collar, the truck drivers, and the cooks, of course, the motherfuckers in the restaurants, busting their tails, making food, listen to us, you know? I heard we got a couple people who cooking in the backs. Shout out to y'all, man. It's all love.
Wash your hands.
Definitely.
Definitely just wash your hands. That's all I care about.
Drop that food. Hey, man. The fire kills all, so just slide that out there. It's all good.
No, it doesn't.
Once I'm not there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. So we got a couple of things on the show. So how you want to do? I'm gonna say a little bullet point of what we're going through today. We're gonna talk about this whole Last of Us controversy that's going on. Kanye finally dropped this album, Jesus is King. So we're gonna talk about that. Tank is doing some craziness in the streets. So we're gonna discuss Tank.
Oh my God.
Got Black and Blue just came out in theaters, so I'm gonna run a review of that. Watchmen episode 1, yeah, I know it came out last week, but we talking about that today. And motherfucker, Dolemite is my name. Is gonna be an epic review by us here on this motherfucker podcast. So y'all ready, huh? Let's get this started.
Yeah, man.
Motherfucker started. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, man.
Feeling good.
How you feel about this delay? Last of Us has been delayed to May. I ain't trying to rhyme like Dolemite, but it just happened.
Mm-hmm. You've been thinking about it all day.
Delayed to May.
You were looking to God, say, please let me pray. Can I please get this thing out today?
You rat soup eating motherfucker.
How you feel about that? I know you ain't got no PlayStation, so you don't give no fucks. But how you feel about
really
that?
Don't. I guess I'll be listening, hearing about it from Akil.
Let me give a quick shout out to Microsoft. Y'all crackhead ass niggas. I appreciate Game Pass, bro. I appreciate Game Pass for $1. They gave a nigga 25 games, bro, for a whole month. A whole month. I gave him $1. That's some crackhead deals. All right, you give me $1, I'm gonna let you hold all these games right here. No worries.
That's like when people used to have parties to pay the rent because they're struggling, or they're just selling off everything in their house because they just gotta keep the bills paid. You know what I mean? They're just like everything must be garage sale, baby. Just take it.
So yeah, I'm playing Outer Worlds right now, man. I'm loving it, man. I appreciate it just for $1. Like, they got me sold. I talked to some of my Connect, and they told me it's gonna be on sale Black Friday at Target, $34.99. So I'm gonna hold out and pick it up on Black Friday.
Hold up. We didn't even do the what you've been dealing with this week. You wanted to just jump into the news like no foreplay, baby? What's going on?
Just trying to get the listeners pregnant. What's going in raw?
Going in raw? I didn't even warn her. You just slid it in. That's illegal, Akil.
I've been drinking White Claw, and you go raw when you're on the White Claw. That's why.
And you two be going on this bitch raw, going on live tonight, going on right away. So you're gonna see this live right away. We're doing this raw. I got two of these.
You know, Blerd label. We ain't trying to. The Blerd label, son. We ain't trying to get.
But JT, what you been dealing with this week, man? We just having fun, man. What you been dealing with?
Man, nothing, man. Just eating pretty good. Ate some barbecue the other day because Akil told me about his barbecue experience.
Yeah.
And just listening to some of this Kanye that we about to talk about later. And watched that Dolemite movie, which was dope. I ain't gonna do no spoilers right now, but you definitely need to watch it. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, I hear that. Akil, what you been dealing with this week?
I don't really know. I've been excited for Dolemite all week, so I saw that. I watched Black and Blue. Tyrese crying ass nigga. So
you bought that game, Outer Worlds?
Kinda. I used Game Pass, so I got it for $1. And
is
then
it
I looked.
It's
worth buying. It's worth buying. It's really good. It's like Fallout 3 good.
Okay, I heard New Vegas, same creators of New Vegas, so
I like this shit more than New Vegas. Like this shit's great.
Oh, okay. I heard it's not open world. I heard it's more of a linear style, but it looks open world.
Kind of like I'm on Planet 1, and you're like how it starts. Your ship crash. You design your character. Oh, you get real black haircuts.
Oh shit!
I got a nice fade with designs in it.
Oh,
it's not like a lazy black,
jagged afro. Busted out,
bro. I got a nice fade with a line. I said, okay.
Goddamn time.
I got that Duke basketball freshman year haircut. I got the fade.
You must have
with the
black developer on staff.
Yeah, he probably like, you gotta give me at least one. They gave us one cut. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go with that one. So I took the one default black face with the big nose. I did that, and I did the one default black haircut. So that's my character.
Tired of that shit in video games, man. That's why I don't even like fucking with fucking create your character bullshit. They never rock it right when it's for us. You know what I mean? It's just some bullshit.
They gave us one good haircut, but the game mechanics. I like the game mechanics. With Fallout, you could like pick the different ligaments and stuff like that. They took that out. They gave you a slowdown feature because your character's been asleep in space for like X amount of years, so you perceive time differently. So
like Neo from Matrix.
Yeah. So you can slow down time and like shoot. The health system was kind of weird. My character's like huffing paint. Like I have like a mask, and whenever I get shot, I start huffing that mask. I was like, what? I was like, my dude's a drug addict.
Yeah.
The other feature I enjoy is if you die too much by like, let's say I get killed too many times by a robot, I'll have like robot phobia. I'm afraid of robots now because they whoop my ass so many times.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. How's the story? Story's compelling.
Story's pretty good. Like I'm still on Planet 1. I'm still fixing my ship. I don't have like a big crew yet, but I'm getting like Fallout meets Mass Effect 1.
Okay.
Mass Effect was a shit.
The first Mass, not the other ones. The first one.
Yeah, that's a good mix.
So I highly recommend it. I've been seeing it get 8.5s, and the 3 hours I put in so far, like I can see why.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have more to tell next week. I got it for a whole month.
Okay, well, nice. Shit, it's only a month you get to hold the game for?
You pay $1 for Game Pass for the whole month, and then after that's $14. So I'm gonna cancel that shit after that month.
That's some.
It's for Xbox, right?
Yeah, so you get all like they give you a bunch of new games like Gears of War 5, Outer Worlds, and you could use it on your Xbox and on your PC.
Mm-hmm.
So if Casey wanted to hook an Xbox controller to his computer, he could play Outer Worlds logged in as me. I'm not throwing that shit out there. I'm just saying,
Hey.
Ski mask way.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I like it. Well, thank you kindly for asking what I've been doing with this week. Last week I was on vacay, so I watched a couple of shows. I watched Top Boy, highly recommended from fucking Drake and Future and them mans in the six. You know what I mean? They executive produced the shit. So I was like, let me check this shit out. It was good. It's fucking depressing. I don't know. It was cool. I don't need to go watch it again. It was a little depressing.
What is it about? Like, give me a synopsis of what it's about.
It's about these bloody biscuits in the UK who are trying to hustle to make an ends meet, and they end up becoming warlords in the gangs and worlds in the UK, you know? It's basically black guys selling drugs, same shit. And I was watching.
They have accents now, so it's different.
But now they're like, fucking course, man. Make a movie, you bastard. You know?
Oh, that's on Netflix, right?
Yeah. And they brought that back. Yeah. They brought that out, and then they brought back the original Top Boy, like the show before from 2011 or whatever. Same actors, same people, but it was cool. I don't need to watch it again though. It was cool. It was a cool watch.
I thought Top Boy was like the dude that gives top.
Oh Lord.
I don't know. Maybe I'm jumping into the comments.
Oh Lord.
They had a group in Burlington. They had some niggas called the Bottom Boys. I thought they were like some gangs.
I don't know. The British slang just seems different, you know. It's just kind of different still. It's a little similar.
Cheeks probably means like some gangster shit to them.
Yo, clap his cheeks, man. Clap his man. He's a good fellow, you know. Clap his bloody cheeks, man.
You trying to catch some top, eh?
I don't know. I guess I was in the mood for some British shows, you know. So I started watching Pinky Blinders.
Oh,
you know,
Lord.
Another gangster show from England, and they talk about it's the same shit except it's white people hustling in England. Probably the same block. It's just 60 years before then. I didn't finish the whole series, but that's a good show.
Slow.
Yeah, but I'm liking it so far. It's a nice nothing's on. Let me throw this on, and it's cool. It reminds me of Boardwalk Empire and shit like that.
Yeah,
but with crumpets and tea.
Yeah, and I also watched a movie called In the Tall Grass. Fuck, man, this is definitely a Netflix movie, man. Like, it's good, but it's not. If I had watched this in theaters, I'd be like, man, what the fuck? You know, I just walked out. Where's the workers? I want to give me my money. Nope, you come here. Free tickets. I'll take it. It was kind of stupid, but it was like while you're sitting there watching, it's like it's cool. But when shit happens, it's just like it should have came out in like 92. Maybe it's a fault of the novel being so old, the story. But it was just all right. But yeah, that was cool. I bought finally We Happy Few, the game. It's half price finally, so it's a price.
I got that for free on my Game Pass, bro. That $1.
Yeah, so I'm in a Halloween kind of mood, so I feel like playing a trippy type of game. So I saw that for $40. $80 is the regular price up here in Toronto and Canada.
$40.
That's half price. So that's $30 for you guys. So I haven't started it yet, but I've been playing that. I haven't started it yet, but I've been playing Modern Warfare because I picked up Modern Warfare.
How's that? I saw those guys like outside waiting for it and shit.
It's Call of Duty all over again, but Lord. They brought everything back to basics and they sharpened up everything. So if you fucked with Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 1, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 3, like their top games, they took all the best shit and left all the wall running Spider-Man tricks. They left all that. The guns are dope. It feels good when you're bucking a shot into somebody. The game feels nice. The 2 versus 2 is fucking phenomenal. The deathmatch is great. It's a fun time. And the fucking like big stage maps are ridiculously epic. Like it's crazy when you're playing, you're talking to people. They're like, motherfucker got a tank. Watch out. And you see the tank just shooting at you. They took all the best things that they had and they went backwards and revamped it. The story mode is going great so far. It's surprisingly more mature than it's been in the past couple of years.
That's what I loved about that series was the story mode.
That's me too. And I didn't get the last one I played was Black Ops 3. The last story I enjoyed was Black Ops 1. So this one was like giving that vibe of Black Ops 1 so far, where it's like, oh shit, like you're playing at the start and it's intense shit. You know what I mean? They're not coming with jokes. They're like, Borderlands can have that joke shit, nigga. We doing some real grown man shit right here. You know, like this, same for kids. This game, man. And when you buck a person behind their head now, I don't know if the last games did this, but now it shows like a quick play time where a quick play video where you sneak up, you flip the guy over and it shows him cut the guy's throat.
Oh shit. It's too much,
it's not,
man.
Fuck them in the back of the head and he's dead, keep moving. It's like a full on like video thing they show you. It's fucking violent. I was like, damn, 12-year-olds are playing this game. It's going great though.
I heard it's easy to die now. Like you can only take like 2 or 3 shots and you're done.
That's Call of Duty. This ain't Borderlands where both people are bucking shots at each other and they're like, oh shit, my health is starting to get low. Let me back up. This is like bat. and you're done, or 2 to the head, or 1 to the head. So it has that heartbeat, intense. It's like Where's Waldo on steroids, basically. You know what I mean? You gotta move slow. You gotta move slow and like look for the person while you're moving really slow. Once you see them, you gotta just pick them off. Because when you're running wild in that game, that's where you're getting shot.
No, you can't be doing that shit. You can't be like, what's going on, guys?
I move like mad slow. And in this one now you can open and close doors behind you. So it gave that bigger like these newer game vibes where it's more realistic. You close the thing, you can hold on to weapons. You know what I mean? You could have a fucking kit with ammo. Like, you keep shit on soldiers, keep the shit on their chest.
Yep.
With the ammunition and all that. Now you can keep that and put it down, and other people can go around and collect shit. It's more realistic. You can put the gun on the side of the wall and creep around the side. They've really improved on it, man. I would highly recommend getting it. If you're not really into it, wait for Black Friday and pick it up for $20 or whatever.
Great transition. You want to watch that trailer for Bloodshot?
We didn't do that last podcast?
No, we didn't watch that bullshit. I want to watch it now.
Share it up, man. Show it up. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I'd highly recommend if you were into shooters and you haven't played Call of Duty for a while, maybe wait for a beta or a demo weekend and try it out, or wait for Black Friday. But if you're feeling for that type of shooter, it's the king of that type of shooter, man. They came back to claim their spot.
That's I might cop that then. Shit.
Yeah, because they ate Battlefield's food, man, with this fucking new thing they added. With that at Battlefield deathmatch style with big bases, big areas. They ate their food. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
What do we got? This is all showing live, just to let you know. This is all gonna be a raw on YouTube, so.
Okay, let niggas see my files then. I ain't got no porn.
Your naughty bit.
Yeah, I see the naughty bears. See guy on guys, but it's all cool. I ain't judging. Huh?
Hey man, I'm trying to be progressive out here in these streets.
Tricks.
All right, can you see it?
Unfortunately.
Right. Bloodshot.
And initiate sequence.
Once I saw the Sony logo, I was like, fuck.
What is this place? I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but you got yourself killed. At RST, we'd rebuild the most important.
Vin Diesel being Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
You're the first.
This is like the sequel to Pacifier. Like he re-enlisted in the army after taking care of them kids.
You have an army inside you that will not only make you stronger, it will heal you.
He said, "Who needs an army when I am an army?"
Who needs family when I have all this family in me? Fuck Fast and the Furious.
Oh, not that beautiful white woman. No. Dead. This is like the prequel to Fast and Furious. How Dominique got the powers to be indestructible.
All right, shut him down.
When I first seen this, I was thinking Hobbs and Shaw 2, or what?
That's what it looked like. They're like, yo, they're getting them ready to fight Hobbs and Shaw.
This is a dope ass concept, though.
The comic is okay. It's just this shit is lazy.
Yeah, I never read this comic, but it's highly acclaimed.
It's okay. It's like the poor man's Punisher. It's like the Punisher, but he has nanobites inside of him that rebuild him constantly.
What you think is real. Sometimes and initiate sequence.
That's pretty cool.
This looks like it should have went to Netflix. I would have watched it if it went straight to Netflix.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
like
that
Netflix.
3D looked horrible. That 3D right there just looked trash.
You sure about that? Revenge is what makes a man like
I don't even see this doing good in Trinidad. We like stupid shit like this. There's probably somebody. Ooh, good. Lick up the man face, so good. Blood shit. When you shit blood. Starring Vin Diesel.
All right. First problem with this trailer, man, is they showed way too much. They're gonna have to do a lot of twists and turns to keep me interested or to make me give this a high rating in the theater later.
Yes.
They just the whole thing.
So in the comic, he has like ghostly white skin because it's just the nanobites keeping him alive. He's literally dead. and then he's shirtless and he has a big red circle on his stomach like a target. We didn't see none of that shit here. We just saw Vin Diesel being Vin Diesel. We didn't see the comic book accurate ghostly white skin. We didn't see the big red dot. He's literally an easy costume to wear. You just paint your skin white and then you put the red dot. Tommy from Power Rangers, Jason David Frank, he actually did like a fan film of Bloodshot, and his Bloodshot was more comic book accurate compared to this one.
Maybe Vin Diesel's scared. You never know how things are going to go in like 10, 15 years from now. They're going to be like, Vin Diesel was white-facing in 2019. And they try to cancel him. Vin Diesel's like, nah, bro, no makeup for me. I don't know, man. Maybe it's the budget. Maybe they put all the money in the 3D to get the shit. So they're like, fuck
look like
that
a matinee to me.
So this is JDF's version of Bloodshot. Yeah, the Green Ranger. His looks more comic book accurate.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
Reminds me of Deadpool still.
Yeah.
He even had a YouTube video with it.
Oh, he tried it. What is
man.
this?
This was like the Valiant universe before it was even the thing. And they have like a whole like YouTube movie on it.
Okay.
This looks like it's the same quality as that Vin Diesel movie.
Hey. Yeah, it looks. I don't know, man. The trailer showed way too much, in my opinion. I feel like they just gave us everything. I have no reason to go see it in theaters. The trailer was fun, but I don't need to see it in the theaters now because I seen everything.
That shit did look fun, man. That shit looked like torture. Just watching the same Vin Diesel be like, "Oh, guys, nice, great day. Looks like I got another mission, right?" Inside joke.
Like I said, matinee probably.
Nah, bro, you being too generous, man. There's gonna be some bullshit.
Red box?
Red box, bro.
Blockbuster. It's a blockbuster.
Yeah, go to the time machine and go to Blockbuster and get that shit.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a no for me. It's a no-go here, dog.
Yeah.
Like Casey said, man, it was just showing way too much. Like I hate movies, previews. That's why I don't like watching like trailers and stuff. So yeah, I definitely probably won't go see this.
Yeah, I think that they're saving the white face for like the final scene. He's gonna like fully transform into a white man. Is that transracial? Turned into a pale white man with a red dot.
I would say, I don't know. That's gonna be like in Predator when Arnold put the mud all over himself. That's what he's gonna have to do to get out of the situation. He's gonna have to put powder all over himself. And Ashley Larry's gonna be like, "Yeah, nigga, take this shit." Vin, you look too. Oh God, now they're gonna shoot you.
Embrace the ash, baby.
Yeah.
Ash.
Yeah.
Yo, what if throughout the movie he's like, "Damn, I'm ashy in the motherfucker." He just keeps getting whiter and whiter throughout the film.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
They ain't smart enough to do all that shit. Yeah.
They're gonna need some good ass twists and turns for me to go see that, man, in theaters.
They should like Triple X 3. Triple X 4, I guess.
He just has even less personality than that character that he played in Triple X. That he had personality in that when he's like, "I live for this shit." That was at least fun.
This should be called The Rage of Xander Cage.
I did enjoy that one.
The first one, right?
Yeah, the first one. I did enjoy
it.
It
Was fun, man. The first one was a fun time.
Oh, we had Eve in there. Eve had no business being in that movie.
I don't remember Eve in there.
She was like, "You tripping,
yeah,
Xander?
she was in there.
Why are you in here, Xander? You shouldn't be doing all these wild shit, Xander." He's like, "I live for this shit, girl. I'm about to do BMX. I'm like 40 years old, but I don't give a fuck."
That was the line though back then. After he said that was lit. I was saying that all the time. It's like, you're gonna eat 3 fucking Whoppers in one day? I live for this shit, baby.
That was the first YOLO. Niggas dying out here. I don't give a fuck.
4 a.m, you're not going to bed, you got work at 8. I live for this shit, nigga. Let's go.
This is what I do.
Next day,
like, motto now.
I should have went to bed.
That's the first YOLO, man. Damn, man. You guys ready to talk about Jesus is King?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's get into this Bacchanal news. So let's do it. This discussion of Jesus is King. How y'all feel? I'll let y'all go first. Get your thoughts out.
JT?
Yeah, I'm gonna let JT go first.
I just listened to it, to be honest, not all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
I was feeling it. I like the production, but it is an album that I would like just pick up again, listen to it over and over again. Nah, but I enjoyed it for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I felt like this was like leftover songs from the Ye album, and he didn't finish them. He was like, I'm gonna just put God in it. Ain't nobody gonna disagree with God. Let's just put some Jesus in there. Ain't nobody trying to go against God. Let's just put God on there, and we're gonna make it work. We're gonna run with it. So these are like unfinished tracks from Ye that he just throws some gospel over. Kinda.
I feel like it's the same people who helped him work on Ye helped him work on this. That's for sure. And maybe Malice jumped in and Styles P.
I feel like his ghostwriters are gone. And he's like, man, fuck y'all, man. I don't need y'all to write for me. I got God, baby. I'm going to talk about God for 27 minutes straight.
Did you
say what?
You listen to any of the interviews or anything like that?
I saw some of it, and he was just talking nonsense. Like, he was talking about, like, you got people on Instagram, living off Instagram, thirsting on Instagram. I'm like, nigga, you talking about your wife, bro? You talking about your wife?
I was thinking the same damn thing.
I was like, bro, chill. You talking about your whole family right now. You don't even realize that.
These interviewers, I'm tired of them, man. It's sick. It's sick, man. Why the fuck you interviewing this guy? You know he ain't all there. Like, why are you asking him complex questions when you know he ain't all there? He ain't have it all figured out like everybody else. Why are they putting him in this position?
Because he keeps having these moments where he's like this. God, son.
I didn't watch it. I can't watch no more Kanye West interviews. I'm gonna just listen to his music for what it is, because I don't see him as a person that I need answers from to fucking. It's like, what's Ja doing when the buildings got hit? What Dave Chappelle said. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a figure in my eyes to say like I need to get his approval on government or religion, or you know what I'm saying. So
I feel you, man.
Viewers need to just stop interviewing this guy, or just like ask him just the same shit you ask other people. They're asking him some complex shit. He's not humble enough to just be like, hey man, I don't know, that's out of my understanding. You know, like, I'm working on shoes, dog. You know, like, that's a good enough answer. Like, he ain't gotta try to jump. He jumps into this shit in the deep end, and he doesn't know the answers to it, man. Like, just leave it alone if you don't know the understanding of the whole thing.
How you feel about the lyrical content of the album?
I feel like the lyrical content was questionably good for a producer. You didn't even let me finish. For a producer, knowing that this nigga don't let, he tries to cut everybody up, but just knowing how I know Malice and Styles P helped him write it, and it's super basic, but they helped him with the raps, and at least it's inspirational stuff he's trying to say. At least it's that. But we got to be careful when it's a guy who is loving fucking Trump. We got to be careful of him saying this stuff and trying to make it like fucking slave mentality bullshit where it's like, look up to the white man. The white man's God. Because I'm like, who's your God, Kanye? You know what I mean?
That's my problem. Like, is he rapping about black Jesus or white Jesus on this album? I want to know what Jesus he talking about in this album.
That's why I'm like, it kind of hurts it. His fucking bullshit that he tries to push his ideas on everybody outside of his artistic stuff hurts his product now for me, because when I hear it, I'm like, is this a genuine thing, or is this just a fucking, is he a one of those actors who fall into character? Because he said he wants to make a gospel album, but now is this gospel album like a fucking role that he's doing, like a movie role, or is this truly who he's been trying to shine out this whole time since Jesus Walks? Which I hope it's a genuine thing, but this could just be like what we were saying in the chat. He might be in the handstands next. He might be in the dancehall music next. And he's like, yo, the next album going to rinse everybody, you know, like this Kanye West dog. You know, he's like
West Indian Kanye.
Yeah, like, he might get obsessed with that too. Doing like, yo, don't listen to my music in a handstand. You got to be doing handstand. Listen to this next album, and everyone's gonna be dumbasses doing handstands. Like, it does sound better, Kanye.
It sounds different, bro. When the blood rushing to your brain,
it's different, baby. You know, so it's like, I feel like it's a good produced album. Will I be listening to it next year? I don't know. I might be listening to 1-2 songs. He's got a couple good songs on there, but I don't know if I'm gonna be listening to the whole thing. But it's a well-produced album.
Can I play y'all a sample of the type of lyrical content I was expecting?
Go ahead. From Kanye West, who's a producer?
Yes.
Hey, Bitch, you better praise God, or I'ma shoot and that's on God. I ain't playing by my Lord and Savior, I'm on my job. If you ain't a Christian, I'ma stab you in the face. If it ain't about Jesus, I'ma hit you with this cane.
That's the type of shit I wanted from Kanye.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted.
I'm just glad that like this type of music is on the forefront of the industry and they couldn't block it, because a lot of artists have tried to do this in a genuine way and they got blocked by the industry. So, and a lot of people do put this in their raps, like Kendrick Lamar puts it in his raps. You know, Sahad the Prince puts it in his raps. You know what I mean? Like a lot of artists put the God talk in the raps, and I appreciate that. But I hope the way he influences people, I hope this influences that type of genre of music to get bigger to the public eye.
This album is the second worst thing to happen to Jesus.
Why? Why do you feel that way?
All right, so I enjoyed Follow.
Back it up.
I am going to back it up. I enjoyed Follow God. I enjoyed Closed on Sunday was trash. I really feel like he was trying to go to Chick-fil-A and they were closed, and he wrote a song about that shit.
That one was trash. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, that felt like a Dormtainment skit about Kanye West's church album. You know what I mean? Like the gospel album. I was like, what the fuck? Like Chick-fil-A
talked about 2 minutes about a Chick-fil-A sandwich. He's like, and that lemonade. Like he was going about the condiments and everything. I was like, oh shit, this nigga really hungry. Like I feel like he was hungry in the studio, and he's like, they go get me a sandwich. I'm Kanye West. I don't care if it's Sunday. Open for me.
I'm gonna say I liked On God and God Is. Those were good ones. And Use This Gospel was good too with the clips.
My two favorite songs. I like Everything We Did with Ty Dolla $ign. Like that even feel like a gospel song. I felt like that was from Ye, the Ye album.
It's still Ye.
That's a Ye album. Water was dope too.
Water's nice.
And God Is.
Yep.
He's an elite producer, man. You can't front on his talent and skills to be able to cultivate people in a room and create music that is good for our ears. You know what I mean? He knows how to do that, and you can't take that away from the guy.
The rest of it was just ass gas for me, bro. Like it all just like merged together. And I'm seeing a lot of pushback from some people in the gospel community saying like, this ain't gospel. He just threw God in there just to make a quick buck. But I'm just like, is gospel music making a quick buck when they sing about God? So
that's hypocrisy.
Is it hypocrisy on their end to say that?
Yeah, because ain't nobody perfect. We're all human. That's the thing that I was hoping he was gonna say in this album. Like, yo, I'm trying to figure it out just like everybody else, and I feel like this is where I'm at right now. Like in the album, not in some interview. You know what I mean? Like he says some good things where he's like, I was talking to my dad, and he told me that's not godly. And he's like, he got frustrated. It was kind of comical, but he should have elaborated on that, of the whole point of trying to do right, even though everything around you is chaos.
I wanted College Dropout with gospel. But I don't think that Kanye is around anymore. That Kanye is gone.
I was just about to ask that. Do you think we're ever gonna get that?
No, he's gone. He died. That Kanye died with his mom, sadly.
Yeah, man, that ain't happening. The people who helped him make that album aren't around him like that no more in that capacity. John Legend ain't around him like that. GLC ain't around him like that.
Big Sean ain't there writing for him like that no more.
Shy High is probably like, fuck this nigga, man. I was supposed to be on that Every Friday album drop too. I didn't even get my shine. You know what I mean? So the writers aren't around him who helped him build that classic, timeless album, man. So you're getting Kanye's lazy raps or people who are like, oh shit, what do you want? Okay, let me help you write that. What are you trying to say? Okay, yo, I gotta go. And he's like, oh shit, all right, Chick-fil-A. What the fuck style say again? God damn it. Keep it back a day or two. No, push it back a little. We gotta keep working this. You know what I mean? Like, were you guys hyped for the album or were you over it?
Hell no. I was over it. Here's my other problem. People are saying like, yo, if this nigga was rapping about Satan, y'all would like it. And I kind of gotta agree, man, because Dark Twisted Fantasy was some devil shit, and that shit was fire.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit was fire. That shit was fire.
That was some Satan music. That shit was dope. I was like, maybe that nigga does need to rap about the devil more.
That's the problem with society. When somebody who's trying to do something right is motherfuckers pull them down. It's like a crab in the bucket fucking state of mind. Like Kanye's probably gonna see this now and be like, man, fuck this shit, nigga, fuck. And he's just gonna go back to his whole shit, talking about beating off the porn stars and shit. Like,
hey man, that's what sells, bro. I feel like Jesus got this album in his spam mail. He ain't trying to hear that.
This album ain't that bad, man. He did this Kanye West. This is new Kanye elite music for Kanye's level, in my opinion.
So
it's
out
good.
Out of 10, what would y'all rate it?
I give it a 5.5.
I give it a 7.5, man. It's a good album. It's a good album.
Niggas, man.
I give it a solid 6, probably.
I give Jesus a 10. And I give Kanye a 5. There you go.
But is this what it takes for an artist to put music out to the public now? The meltdowns. I said this in the chat before. Like all this shit. Is this what it takes for an artist to be successful in the music industry these days?
I feel like this is a ploy. I feel like he alienated the black community so much. He's like, y'all niggas love Jesus. Started, tap dance. This is just tap dancing to me.
I agree with that. I see that too.
You got a point.
But is this what it takes to retain success in this climate of the industry right now?
No, just release dope shit. Like if Kendrick Lamar was to drop a song right now, like he did with Blacker the Berry.
Yeah.
He just dropped out of nowhere at like midnight. You're like, oh shit, that was dope. Just make good product. You don't need all the hype and the hoopla. Just release dope shit.
Yeah. That's always been in Kanye's DNA. All this stuff has always been in Kanye. Like before Kanye's first album, he was wilding out like a motherfucker talking about all this shit like I'm rich. Nigga, don't tell me shit. I'm signed to The Rock. My mixtape is out. If you don't like that shit, you fucking whack. Before that car accident, and then the car accident happened, he put out Through the Wire. And he was much more humble after that. And then when guys tried to press him and shit like that for his paperwork. But yeah, this has always been Kanye. So the God talk has always been in his raps. So it's good to see him, in my opinion, elaborate on that part of who he is. But we'll see what happens. I'm hoping this isn't some method acting shit where he's just back on his bullshit tomorrow. Like, yeah, man, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
See what happens.
Kanye West is out here being the Joaquin Phoenix of rap.
Oh shit!
Out here being a method ass rapper, bro. He ain't no method actor. He's like, nah, bro. It's a Jesus moment. I'm gonna be Jesus during this dark fantasy moment. I'm gonna be on some devil shit for the whole moment.
Yeah, I think that he's a method producer, man. That's how I feel about him these days. Soon he's gonna be obsessed about something. He's gonna be like, oh man. Stitching shirts myself is the shit. He's just gonna be like, I gotta make a movie with me stitching the shirt for everyone to see the details and how I do this shit. You don't appreciate life. Like
yo, shout outs to Robin, your boy Robin Chan. He'll be the main nigga watching now on Instagram. Kanye knitting. If Kanye start knitting live,
you'll see people like,
oh shit, son. Sweater game.
Yeah, I'm excited, more excited to see Sunday service by themselves doing their thing, touring, rocking out, being successful, because I want to see their shows. And I'm more excited to see what Kanye's next obsession is going to be. Water bottles, baby! Have you seen this one? No, you don't understand.
It's different, bro.
That holy water.
Yeah. I'm not
my blessed water, bro.
How much money is he giving back to the church from this album?
No, he doing just like them greedy, just like Pastor Wilson. Ain't doing nothing, bro. Just go home and eat.
Lord.
He about to do like Pastor Wilson. He about to go home and eat something.
Yeah. But he's not the first rapper to turn to Christ 100%. Like we got or a religion hard off of what they see from the industry.
Malice from Clips.
Malice, Loon, Shine.
Mace.
A lot. Mace. A lot of people who mess with Puff, but
Puff, you probably walk in the office and see wild shit. Like I heard stories, like he'll be answering phone calls while giving fellatio, and he'll have his assistants and shit in there. He's like, yeah, what's going on? Yeah. Puff must be doing some outlandish shit, like killing goats and shit in his office. Yeah, for people to be like, yeah, I'm about to get right with God, man.
It's like, what's going on?
An hour with Puff, and I'm good. I need to get right with God now.
Yeah.
Now,
the album's cool, though. The album's cool.
Speaking about getting right.
Yeah.
How many dicks does it take for you to be gay? Okay,
How?
How many?
Tank.
I come when Tank talk about it. Y'all gotta make it big news, man. People talk about dicks all the time, bro. Dick talk.
Tank. Dick segment.
Now, do you have the clip pulled up, or you want me to play it?
Yeah, pull that up, man. So Tank was on Angela Yee's lip service, and they were talking about different things. They started off in an argument, not an argument like a negative, toxic argument. They were just having a back and forth about men lying. And then she asked him a question and put him in the corner that he couldn't get himself out of. And we get to see him like fucking up to try to get out of that corner. So do you want to play the clip?
Yeah, I got it pulled up.
And then he's like, I'm not sure if I liked it or not.
Let me try it again.
Let me try it again. And then he says, you know what? It's not for me. Don't like the taste. You see what I'm saying?
Don't like the taste. We're not talking about chicken. We talking about dickin'.
Well, you know what?
Dick in his jaw. Dick in his jaw.
How you made a bar out of chicken and dick.
She's an artist at heart. It's natural. It comes natural.
But it doesn't mean he's gay. It means he sucked dick twice.
Okay. So, just for the sake of your argument, that's okay.
The dick.
Look. Let me get Tank out of this. He wasn't woke enough, all right? Let me get y'all out of this. Because I'm woke. I'm ready for this, all right? If you're gender fluid and you sucking dick, you might identify as a woman while the dick is in your mouth.
I just looked at JT's face.
And then when it's out, then you back to being a man. See, that's what was going on, you know? The first time. Second time you gay, though. Second time you
That nigga was gay from the beginning. I can't what nobody say.
They treating dick like it's a sample at Costco. Like, y'all try some dick yet? They got some right up.
Nah, man, that's
y'all. Hey, you know they giving out dick right there in the front, right beside the puntin.
He put himself in the corner with this one, man. Because did you guys hear the interview? Listen to the podcast at all?
I listened to that snippet, and then I watched them on the Breakfast Club, and it was a situation where he didn't know when to stop, and he just kept going, and it went over his head. And the way that they cut up that clip, it just looks crazy as hell.
He kept digging himself a hole, man. I'm like, come on, bro. Come on.
Because he was saying, okay, I listened to the podcast from when it happened, and they were talking about men lying, and he's like, if a man lies twice, it doesn't mean he's a liar. If a person like that's what his point was. Like, he was talking about men lying. So like, if he lies to your girl, and they're like, how is that? Like, a lie is a lie. If you're a liar, you're a liar. And he's like, no, if you lied twice, you lied. You didn't lie. You're not a liar your whole life in totality. And then they were all being convinced. And Andrea was like, what if you suck the dick then? Does that make you gay? And he should have been like, I am not talking about that. You know, like, I'm not.
I would have been like, I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
And then went back and then divvy back to that lying segment.
But he doubled down, and he was like, he doubled down on his bullshit. And that put him in this position. And he should have been like, yo, I don't know shit about that. But instead he said what he said. I don't even want to say that shit. But he said what he said. And now he's looking like he looks. Because motherfuckers will cut shit and put it out there. And you only see that one little part. Not when they're all joking around and bullshitting. Because they're just bullshitting. They're all talking shit. And he was just like, yeah, no, that don't mean shit. Because he's trying to double down on his argument, but he was wrong the whole time, and he admits it later. He's like, yeah, nah, whatever. That's
Here's
bullshit.
my take, man. At least
he looks like an idiot now.
You even thinking about touching some dick, that at least makes you bi.
Homosexual. In my opinion, yeah.
And then people are like, it's a spectrum. It's a spectrum. It's a spectrum. Homosexuality. That's what that spectrum is.
And there's nothing wrong with it. It's your choice.
It's 2019. If you try to clap some man's cheeks, go right ahead. They got clubs for that shit. You can go to a whole club, grab on some cheeks if you want. I just feel like people ain't trying to live their truth, bro.
Exactly.
I like big titties. I didn't hide from it. I let people know I like big titties. That's what I like. Ain't no lying. Ain't no, I tried the titties once. I like titties.
Pretty much. Yeah. This painting himself. He's a married man, married to a woman. He said he's completely straight. Like, he was just talking shit. But they're recording a podcast.
No, man.
I don't know. He's trying to be the other side of the argument for the podcast, to be honest.
Lord.
Man, I don't know if you can take a case for that, bro. He kept digging himself a hole for that one.
He definitely dug.
His homeboy, Genuine, you know, old boy on that TV show overseas, he tried to kiss him. He should have did like old boy did and just deflected the conversation. He shouldn't even kept digging himself a hole like that.
You do some.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Tai Chi on that shit, man.
Yeah, he should just been like, shit, I don't know nothing about that. Ain't my realm of things to be able to talk about. I am not educated in that field.
So we can agree that one penis makes you at least bi.
What? One penis is gay.
There's levels to that, man. Because what if you suck a dick and then the next day?
But man, I ain't nah.
See, here's the thing.
My thing is like what everybody's different. Go ahead.
The thing is, how come girls can be bi, but guys can't be bi? Because David Bowie was bi.
Bi is different, and it's a whole complicated thing. But
I had a roommate, JT, when I was living in Gleason. Nobody was safe for that nigga. I bring a girl over. That nigga's whole thing was Pop-Tarts. He'll show up. He'd be like, "You trying to study and eat some Pop-Tarts?" And I'm like, "Damn, bro, you trying to hit on homegirl?" He's like, "Yeah." Then I bring one of my friends over. He's like, "Word." That nigga like Pop-Tarts too. I was like, "Damn, bro, what don't you like?"
Casey, he ain't lying, bro.
He was greedy. He wanted everything, bro. A hole is a hole when he was around, bro. I had to put one eye open. I got to the point I just made a barrier because that motherfucker was just horny all the time, and he would sleepwalk with his dick in his hand. He walked into the corner and just started peeing on the wall. Ain't shit safe. He's ready to fuck that wall, bro.
Yeah. No, it's definitely like degrees, I think, but I can't speak for Tank.
The spectrum is fucking walls, bro. The sexual spectrum, I don't know what part of it has fucking walls, but my roommate was on that shit, bro. The wall was about to get your dick. The wall was not safe.
The drywall was about to pop open.
Yeah, he's like, shit ain't dry when I'm done. Shit about to be wet. About to be wet wall.
Wet it up. Wet it up, bro.
Punch a hole in a hole's a hole. Nasty motherfucker.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on AT? How you feel?
Man, that nigga gay. That nigga's gay. He low key gay. My thing is with what Akil said, you know, when you make a comment like that, man, you just speak your truth, bro. We in this day and age where you can just, you know, be who you are. He just need to go ahead and admit who he is, man. Because there's been some rumors before about him in the past.
Okay.
And his homeboy, I mentioned Genuine before for a reason, because you know he does shows with him, concerts with him and stuff. And Genuine's even said something alluding to him being, you know, bisexual. So
hey man, if he's bisexual, he just needs to be bisexual, man. It's 2019. But then you have the counter argument: why are you trying to out him for? Blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's his business.
Live your life, man.
It's between him and his wife. And the gem that they said on the podcast that nobody even like, you know, fine-tooth comb good enough because motherfuckers like information so fast. But the gem they dropped on there when he was talking about him and his wife and the sexual acts is that he likes to get pegged and shit. Like he likes a little, you know, a little womp womp.
Your hand was blurring, bro. Like that's your fingers.
Like a little tingity ting, you know. So that's
one a little ting in this body crease.
Slid by the pod, you know, by the fine tooth combers of the internet. But yeah, that's something too. So you know, man's and himself, him live his truth, whatever.
I ain't doing no type of butt stuff, bro. You ain't gotta worry about that with me. I think about it this way: a stingray bites you. You know, if you pee on it, your urine, something's beneficial with your urine. It can save you. There's never been a situation where you hurt somebody's like, "Hey, bro, go take a shit on that nigga, bro. Shit on him. He gonna be just fine. Nothing good comes out of your butthole. So my face ain't going there. Come to work with pink eye, my eyes all red and shit. Yeah. People think I got a drug problem, but I just been eating butt.
The only good thing,
the life I want.
The only good
that
thing
ain't the life I want.
Got the pink eye.
The only good thing that comes from shitting on people is when you're roasting them. That's it.
Yeah, man. Nothing good comes out shitting on people, man.
Yeah, nah. Defecating on.
You gonna see nobody stranded on the beach and you're like, bro, I got shit on this nigga, man. Make sure he good, bro.
Some people are into that though. Some people are into that sexual shit, like each other. But that's another deeper, darker podcast.
All right, what's next? We got you want to jump into the black and blue?
Oh yeah, let me drop this trailer. I'm gonna put it in post, or you want to share it now? I got the MP3. I could drop it in post if you want. Don't matter.
Either or. Let me pull that up. Tyrese crying ass. You know, I watched Tyrese's Django audition tape before I watched this movie, and that shit ruined my experience because he was doing all the crying and shit he was doing on his Django tape. He was doing in this movie, man.
Oh yeah. So okay, you ready? You want to drop the trailer? You want me to start going off?
I got it now. I was stalling, bro. Stalling.
Yeah, I was thinking of Tank. So that's not Tank. God, that trailer.
I came for a Nifa Williams, whatever her name is, from Black Lightning.
Oh yeah.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it, even though they had her looking crackish.
Had her looking a little tired. I can't lie.
We gotta talk about Mike Coulter when we get to it.
Oh hell yeah!
Fun fact: that used to be Chris Evans, Captain America's girlfriend. He liked that chocolate, boss. She's also British.
Mm-hmm.
She'll fight in that accent throughout the movie.
I gotta meet a CI. Where you go? Stay in the car.
She was in James Bond.
Yeah.
Yep. She might be the new James Bond. Jamie Bond.
That dude, the black dude, I feel like that could have been Forrest Whitaker because he had that lazy eye.
What the hell did you do? Shut a body cam on. So we got a ghost.
All right, so the trailer's showing enough, man. Let's go see this shit.
They really showed the whole damn movie, bro.
Yeah, man. Holy shit. No, not really. But they show you a lot of things that are gonna be like, oh shit, moments in the movie. In that what we just saw, some of that shit. Not everything though. Yeah, I honestly went into this movie with low expectations. I thought like, oh man, not another drug dealer flick with black people just doing that same basic one-dimensional character criminal bullshit with cheesy one-liners. And the cast, it looked like it was like fucking Tyler Perry's like casting. But this movie surprised me. I think they pulled it off. It was a good movie with good story, good development. And Naomi Harris, she killed it, man. I don't know what you think, but it's a low budget movie and you could tell. But I thoroughly enjoyed the message in this and the small little messages that it had throughout the narrative of the stories. Akil, what'd you think of the movie?
One of my most favorite things about this movie is the ambiance in the film that it creates when the black female officer goes to the hood. So she'll be walking, you hear these little whispers, "Dirty bitch, you Uncle Tom bitch." Like you hear that in the background. She's walking, and that shit was hilarious. Like she'll be going to the grocery store, "Uncle Tom bitch, look at you." Stupid.
Yeah, you heard that, you Uncle Tom ass bitch. I was like, oh, bitch, man.
Like you'll hear like the little comments in the background. I was like, yo, bro, they recreating the hood. There's like scenes where she's in danger. They're like, you'll just hear somebody whispering in the back. "That's what you get for being a cop, you dumb bitch."
Yeah, she definitely needs to be in bigger movies. She's a great actor, man. She needs to be in bigger budget films, bigger things, bigger feature films.
She's in bigger films though. She's in like not Fast and Furious. She was in the Pirates of the Caribbean back in the day. She had a lot of makeup.
Yeah, I remember that, man.
Oh, that was her.
But I mean, like, she needs to be more on the forefront. She's not like, the top 5 actors that people go to see. But she's been around. But like seeing this, it just reminded me. I was like, holy shit. If she's playing the next James Bond, she's gonna knock this shit out the park. Because she's doing a great job in this low budget movie. You know what I mean?
My one issue with this film is Mike Coulter as Darius. It felt like in Malibu's Most Wanted, where Tay Diggs was pretending to be a gangster. This nigga was cosplaying as Rick Ross. He had the grill in his mouth that was like coming out. And like every scene, I felt like he would stop and be like, "What emotion would you like me to portray? Angry Negro? Okay." Scene. "Give me my money, bitch."
I honestly think this was the best role he's ever done. And you know how I feel about him and his acting. So I think this is the best he's ever done. Like seeing him in this change, like it looked like he was actually having fun, like beating on niggas and shit. Like it's like he looked like he was having a good time. Like usually he just seems like he's just like trying to stay serious. Like This one, he was actually like smiling and like fixing the coat, and you know what I mean. He had the Rick Ross look for sure, but
he had the Rick Ross.
It was like a good ass time, man. Man, we gotta talk about Black Lightning's daughter though, Nefessa Williams.
She had a minor role, but she did well. She did very well.
For the spots that she's in the movie, I was looking to see what she was gonna do or how is her character gonna change or shift the narrative in the movie. Like I was like, what's happening with her? Because she plays an important role throughout the film, which I thought was interesting. Because her and the girl grew up together, and they ended up they were friends when they were little, but things happened to make things change. But it's interesting the way that they do foreshadowing this movie. The writer did a good job. The foreshadowing's good. The building of the elements are good. Of the world building was great. I thought like it had a vibe like Blade Runner. Like when it would do the zoom ins on the buildings, they would use that dark ambiance sound effect movie, you know what I mean? Score while zooming in on like these buildings that the poor and disenfranchised are living in, making it look like an outer world area or a place that is rare and nobody should be in, you know, like dangerous. Yeah, it had some Easter eggs too, but I'll get into that later.
My another slight gripe I had was Tyrese portrayal. I felt like Tyrese was in a different film. Like I feel like Tyrese was in the slave movie. His character literally throughout the film is, "Don't bring this shit here. Don't bring this here. Don't bring this here."
Let me tell you something.
You'll cry, or you'll say, "Don't you bring this here."
Why did Tyrese have a do-rag on? Tell me.
Man, he got to keep the dust off his scalp.
He had the baldest scalp I've ever seen in my life. He didn't have one hair on his head.
He had the patchiest beard. That beard was patchy as fuck.
It's embarrassingly patchy, man. It just, it was like, yo, he had like 2 hairs on his face and a mustache. I was like, what the hell's Tyrese doing? He's like trying to do method acting to the worst degree.
He really thought he was in Django, where like everybody else was in black and blue. Tyrese was in Django. He had the slave beard. He had the tears, the slave tears. Whenever a cop would show up, he's, "Oh, I don't want no troubles. I don't want no troubles from this. I just tries the works."
He was like playing the Fast and the Furious Tyrese without the jokes or the comedy. It was just the
No, that was not Roman, bro. Roman has some like charm to him. This nigga was scared the whole film.
Yeah.
He worked at a grocery store and he was scared shitless, bro. He saw that cop. He's like, "I don't want no problems. I sweep. I go to work. I go home and I struggle."
It's good to see him working. It's good to see him still working in the industry and keep him busy. You know, other than just doing one role in fucking Fast and the Furious. It's good to see the man working. So that's the positive I have to say about him in this.
The Rock was probably watching this and probably laughing like, motherfucker.
Look at this shit.
Doing something other than crying.
Yeah, he cries at least twice. There's a cop rolls up on him, he cries, and towards the end he cries again.
Oh man.
So the premise of the film, if you guys didn't put together right now, I got this from IDMB, is a rookie police officer in New Orleans has to balance her identity as a black woman with her role as a police officer when she witnesses other police officers committing a murder. And what happens from there is pretty wild and pretty dope. The cops end up getting the hood against her. The cops are against her. People are already like, "Fuck this motherfucking coon-ass cop" in the streets. And she's just trying to survive throughout the streets of New Orleans. Like, just going from place to place, trying to get help. And it's dope the way that they do this.
Shout out to Frank Grillo, man. He always plays like these grimy-ass dudes.
He killed it.
He killed it in this film. Like, I feel like he should be Punisher, man. He would have been a great Punisher.
Finn should have been Punisher, man. Marvel needs to pick him up. MCU, if they're not messing with the other guy who did a great job, but that's another option for sure.
Because they killed him off as Crossbones, and they're bringing back characters. There's thoughts of like Vin Diesel.
Shit. Yeah. But he'd kill a Punisher role for sure.
Yeah, man, he got that dirty, grimy ass look. He's just like whenever I see him on screen, I'm like, "You're the bad guy."
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to see the script. I know you up to no good.
The director, Dion Taylor, he's a new director. He did Snoop's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown music video. He did a couple of other things like that. Did a couple of small movies and shit like that. But he seems like he's on the rise, man. He did an okay job with this movie. I think he built tension very well. He he put the foreshadowing in the movie to see things happening and see buildups in a good way. I think this is a good movie. It's not an amazing movie, but I would say support this. Check it out. Black director, black actors. You know what I mean? Support this if you want to go see something that's a surprise. That'll surprise you.
It actually showed the cops in a positive light too.
Yeah, and it showed a lot of the things that happen. Like people don't like the cops because cops are shooting people. It's showing a lot of the messages that's going on in the world right now. They take that on, and that's a risky thing to do if not done right. You know what I mean? And I think they did a good job with it.
Yo, JT, you're gonna love the interactions with the black people with her as a cop on the run. Like she'll go up to their house and be like, "Yo, let me in! I got shot." And like the black people, "No, get that shit from my house, B. I don't want you."
Oh, so it's realistic.
Don't bring that. They'd be like, "Don't bring that shit here, man."
What the fuck?
And like going back on that ambiance, like the door closed, you'll hear some shit like that bitch wilding outside, son. that bitch outside wilding.
Fire Dolemite go, bitch, are you for real? Get your hooky ass partner.
They captured the ignorance of the hood.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
The one negative that I have for the hood in New Orleans is they didn't have no accent. All the actors were doing their own accents. Like I don't live,
that's right.
But I've been to America and I know well enough to know if you're in New York, it's so different from New Orleans and from North Carolina, and you know, like the accents, the slang is different. And New Orleans,
say baby one time.
Not a one baby. There was not even.
Man.
There wasn't one newborn. It was a bunch of four and up. Like not even like. Yeah, man, it was real disappointing. Some kids sounded like they're from my area. Like the actors just
Scarborough.
They just were talking their talk, like however they talk. She did a great job because she's British and she did the translation to sound American, I guess. But she just
was breaking.
It was breaking for sure. But she sounded super plain. She just sounded like, I can't go there. No, what's wrong? You know, like that type of shit. But it wasn't like I grew up here, you know, like that New Orleans real slang. And I ain't going to disrespect it by doing it wrong right now, but it wasn't authentic at all in that way.
So if you want to see a good story of Tyrese crying, this is the film for you.
So I see why it's got the low ratings that I got on the internet and shit like that, like a 5, 6 out of 10. But honestly, it's a good movie. I give it a 6.5, a 7. I'd say check it out if it goes on Netflix or support it in theaters if you want to go see an actual interesting movie, man.
There's controversy because I heard that's getting pushed back from the police. And that to me is kind of weird because this movie is about cops being good and getting the corrupt police out. So why would it get pushed back unless you're corrupt?
Exactly. This movie to me was about putting the integrity and respect back on the police, trying to revamp that
and building that relationship in the black community.
Yeah,
because they made a point to show you that, like, I think one of the cops is like, yeah, we don't come to this area unless a blue is in danger. Yeah, and they made a point to show, like, once you become one of us, you're not black no more, you're blue. And there's cops that have that mentality that they feel like I call it the OJ effect, where you're like, not black no more, I'm OJ, you know?
Yeah. Unfortunately. Fuck, man.
Now I have a question for you guys.
Of course.
It's sort of off topic. But you know, like this chick, Naomi Harris, she's British, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's playing a black female American. Mm-hmm. And you know, the Harriet Tubman movie is also a British actor. She's playing a black female American. Now, there's been a growing conflict in the black community here, especially on the internet and stuff, of people having problems with
these bloody Brits stealing our roles.
Yeah. So, do you guys think that's a fault or like a problem, or do you have any judgment on that?
There's many things that come into factor. Like, I heard a director, like, whenever they like look for like a muscular, like badass dude, they go for like Canadian guys now, because like Canadian like white dudes, because they felt like the white guys in America were too feminine. So they're always hiring like these Australians and Canadians for these action films. It was a director that made that statement. I don't remember the name.
I didn't know that.
I was just like, damn, Now, on the flip side, with this thing with these with the black actors where they're going for the Brits, I'm not sure why they're doing that. There's plenty of black actors out there who are wanting these roles, who are going to the lengths of buying billboards just to get casted. Like that lady with Tyler Perry, she bought a whole billboard just so she could get the audition. So we're out there and they're hungry. So why are they passing them up? I don't know.
Could it be the who they're signing with? Is it an American company that's signing these actors from out of America because the dollar is better to pay them for less?
That's what I'm thinking. And they're
Canada,
more submissive too, I think.
And American actors will demand more money because the dollar is even for you guys? That could be a element that comes into play too, right? So
I have no idea, man. We got to interview an actor, bro.
Yeah, but I honestly think they might not have that exact experience to be able to portray it right on TV, you know, or on movies. So it is problematic.
What if it's something like classism? Because I know people always hear like British accents and they just automatically align that with intelligence. Maybe they align that with talent. Like, oh, this person's British, so I already know they're good, so I'm not even going to worry with these Americans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. What's your perspective on it? Do you feel, Akil, like she portrayed a black American woman in a good way? Or do you feel like
she did an okay job, but I would have preferred the American. Like, there's a lot of times in the film, like, I would see her struggle with her accent. If they had, like, a black woman who was able to portray a New Orleans accent. Yeah, it's kind of like, let's say you're doing a Gambit movie and you get some British guy, but he can't get you that Cajun accent which that character is known for having. Then you're just like, why'd you get this person for? Just because they're British?
Yeah, they didn't eat no gator, nothing there. Like, I don't know. At first, honestly,
she didn't eat a po' boy or nothing.
Yeah, not a po' boy was in the movie. It took me a minute to realize it was New Orleans. At first, I was like, is that Miami or New Orleans? When it did the zoom in over the water going to the city, I was like, wait a minute, that ain't Miami. What the fuck? Where is this?
Looking for our cousin's house, man.
Make more clear. I was like, okay, this ain't Orlando or nothing. Okay, where are we at? Oh, okay, New Orleans. All right. But yeah, no, it's a compelling thought because I don't want to be like, oh yeah, no, Americans should be doing American roles because it sounds exactly the same as like a white person being like, these Mexicans and blacks should not be working in these American jobs. They didn't even, like that same type of shit.
Yeah,
so it's like,
yeah.
To the best employee, you get the best role. You know, best actor, get the best role. I hope that that's the choice, that these guys are just knocking it out of the park and being picked for these roles because of their skill and talent over those up and coming actors. But I don't know. I'm not in the industry.
I personally don't have a problem with her playing this role.
Mm-hmm.
And like, say, old girl who's playing Harriet Tubman, I would prefer a black female American play her.
But have you seen that actress from The Back, though? I saw her walking. The Back in that movie, Takers? Not Takers. It was Widows.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
But what if she did a better job in the casting?
You gotta follow that shit to the drinking gorge, bro. You gotta follow that shit to the road.
With Idris Elba, I watched the interview with him talking about when he got the role for The Wire. His booking agency told him that they do not want an American. They do not want a British person. They want a genuine American actor. So you cannot go in there with your British accent or your British, like accoutrements, like the way you move and talk. Can't be like, oh, y'all try and get some tea. They'll be like, wait a minute, motherfuckers don't drink tea here. Like some shit like that. So he went in there acting like he was as American as possible when greeting and all the way through the beginning and the end of the interview, to get the role. And they picked him. And then later on, the guy who was directing the movie was like, yo, are you British or not? And he was like, well, I must be honest. So I am actually British. And he was like, oh, what the hell?
But here's my problem with that, Casey. Then it kind of comes off disingenuous sometimes when they do that. It's kind of like them doing a caricature of what they think Black Americans are. And they'd be like, oh, you're hidden taping now. Okay. Yo, what's good, motherfuckers? All right. Like they do like the most ignorant caricature of what they think ideally is Black Americans. And that's when I have a problem with it. So
I agree with that, but is that what the directors are looking for, or is that what you're looking for? You see what I mean? Because what's the creator's perspective on the Black experience? You see what I mean? That's why we got to create our own, man. We can't be watching these people because Sony backed this movie. We can't be looking for Sony to back this, even though it's a Black director. We still gotta keep rocking, keep moving up. So I think it'll take some time, but whoever puts the cream rises to the top. You know what I mean? Whoever keeps grinding and keeps going for it will probably shine. But these British actors are getting y'all Americans the fuck out of here. I'll say that right now. They really are,
man. The British are coming, man. They're getting y'all back for wasting all that tea.
Canada's coming. Yeah, man. It's cheaper to film in Canada. How come y'all ain't mad that they're filming in Toronto, acting like it's New York and Chicago? That's what's happening too.
All right, y'all want to go into some happy news and talk about this Dolemite review?
Oh,
goddamn right. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, am I doing the trailer or are you doing the trailer?
I could add in poster. We can do it now. It don't matter.
All right, I got that shit. I stay ready, son. All day. Boom.
You love him and I love him. Put your hands together.
Dolemite is my name. Hey, Auntie, I was thinking about putting out a comedy record.
Comedy? You've been a singer, a shape dancer?
It's real hard to break in. Whatever it takes to get in. I come up with a new character. Dolemite is my name, and fucking up motherfuckers is my game.
What you do to your hair? You look like a pimp.
It's all pretend. I just created a character.
You're a trip.
Pull on that.
Oh, that's a
That's right. Whatever it takes, I'm ready to do it. I got to be totally outrageous.
It's filthy. You've got a product here that you can't sell or promote.
All my life, people been telling me no.
Rudy, sometimes our dreams just don't come true.
A man slammed a door in my face. I just found another door. I want the world to know I exist.
Yeah.
This ain't funny. And it ain't no brothers in it either.
If I get up in that light with my own movie, I could be everywhere all at once. Let's bring Dolemite to the screen.
The actors we hire are a bit doughier than them.
Doughier?
Hey, that's Durban Martin.
I'm offering you a role in my new motion picture.
You think you could just walk up here and hire me? No.
What if we let you direct?
In storytelling, it's always best to write what you know.
Ain't nothing to talk about my person.
I feel like him in this movie was a real him for Keegan Michael Key.
Pimps and Kung Fu.
Yeah. Do you know karate?
No, but I'm a fast learner. I can learn how to chop me a mother.
Yeah. Action.
Dolemite, give it to me.
Put your weight on it. That's gonna be the episode's title, bro. Put your weight on it.
This thing flops, you're gonna be working for free for the rest of your life.
I'm so grateful for what you did for me. Cause I never seen nobody that looks like me up there on that big screen.
Alright, y'all seen enough Dolemite. Let me start by saying this, man. My one gripe with this film, I wanted more. I wanted more Dolemite.
I completely agree.
I finished watching it. I was like, damn, bro, they got part 2 where they make the next movies? I was like, where's that at? Like, I want to see more Dolemite movies with Eddie Murphy.
Real talk, I threw on the Dolemite movie, the first one, on YouTube. I threw that on right after watching this. I had to go watch that again. I haven't seen that movie since you came a long time ago. Came up from North Carolina, like, yo, you ain't heard of Dolemite, nigga? I'm like, what the hell? No. We're Toronto. We got Third World Cop. We got Dancehall Queen up here. We got Top Shotters. That's what we're watching up here. You know what I mean? Paid in Full. We ain't got no Dolemite. So he threw that on. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this a comedy? And like at first, it's like, yeah, this is funny. This is actually funny. It starts off dark, you know what I mean? Like serious, but after a while, it's like, nah, this is a comedy, man. And after you realize this shit is great, it hits, man. This is a hit.
I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, and I learned something about what's his name, Rudy Ray Moore. Is his name? Yeah,
Rudy Ray.
I enjoyed it, and I didn't know Like he was like self-made basically, yo. And I didn't know he did all this by himself. But to see that and like just inspiration and just see him stay true to himself, that was dope. So I thoroughly enjoyed this movie.
This movie dropped so many little gems in it too, of like the culture of like rapping and stuff like that. Like how homeless guy came in and he was like, "Yo, this is like original. This is like what black people do. This is what we've been doing, baby. This is coming back all the way from, like talking about it coming all from Africa and stuff like that." He's like, "This is what we do, baby." Like, I was like, "Holy shit!" They're dropping so many little gems. I loved the hustle and the grind of him, the determination. I didn't know all that was his character like that, like coming up and getting knocked down so many times, but he just kept striving for excellence. And yeah, man, this movie was great, man. How you feel about it, Akil?
You know I'm biased. You know Rudy Ray Moore is one of my idols. And because like you said, I put you on that shit. Like
like when you were
back in 07, 07. Yeah. I had y'all watching that. They combined the first Dolemite movie and they combined Human Tornado.
Okay.
Like bitch, are you for real? That's Human Tornado. And then in the beginning where he's doing that first like karate fight scene, that's Dolemite.
Yeah, that's from Dolemite. Yeah,
that's from Dolemite. So Human Tornado to me, that's like the Terminator 2 Dolemite films, man. Like that's like creme de la creme.
I'm gonna have to throw that night.
Yeah, watch Human Tornado. For everybody listening, check out Human Tornado first. You don't have to watch the first Dolemite. You can go ahead and skip and watch Human Tornado. It has Ernie Hudson in there. That's the black guy from Ghostbusters.
Okay.
He actually started out on Dolemite. He was like 20 years old when he did Human Tornado. And then from there, he transitioned to like bigger films and doing Ghostbusters. So Rudy Ray Moore opened a lot of doors for people. That one actor, the guy that does the voice for Spawn, he was actually one of the Dolemite films. So a lot of like black actors during the time who are on the come up, they were either in the film as supporting cast or as extras back in the day. So Dolemite did a lot for the black community.
I love the way all the cast came together to like pay tribute to this man, because like it had Eddie Murphy, Keegan-Michael Key, Michael Epps, Craig Robinson, T.I., Snoop Dogg. That's just to name a few. Wesley Snipes. You know what I mean? They had so many. The cast was just full of people, man. It was dope, and everybody did their thing. They all were looking like they were having fun, and they told this story. Like Chris Rock was in there. It had a lot of surprises, a lot of surprising people. They did their thing in this, man. Eddie Murphy kind of had I don't know if he was acting like Dolemite or if he was just doing an Eddie Murphy being a black guy thing, but it was cool. But it was dope to see Eddie Murphy paying tribute, and it was cool. It was great to see Eddie Murphy cursing again and getting his shit, getting going. So
ideally, I would have wanted Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac
still alive. Yeah. Bernie Mac would have killed it. Charlie Murphy would have also killed it. Eddie Murphy, to me, he kind of just played Donkey from Shrek. He was just Eddie Murphy. Like, I never got Rudy Ray Moore, but I still like that he was paying tribute to the character. I just felt like I was watching Eddie Murphy the whole film. So that's one thing.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
See, how you feeling? JT, how you feel? What was your favorite scene? What stood up?
Just like I don't have a favorite scene. I just enjoyed the movie for what it was. I enjoyed that they took like little details of his life and put it into a condensed version within 2 hours for me to understand like where he was coming from, how he came about, like what was his vision, and his supporting cast, like not cast, his supporting friends he had. He kept them on, and at the end, at the end when he was like, "I'm about my money, y'all ain't gonna shice me about my money."
Yeah,
it that really like hit home with me, and on top of it, it was entertaining at the same time. So, I like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, man. Everything about it.
The man went homeless doing this, man. That was crazy. Like I didn't know any of that in the story. Like I did not know he went homeless doing this, went broke. Like that's crazy.
He invested in himself. What they say, like 30,000 from his original partners, or something like that.
Yep.
To make the movie.
Yeah. Big risk.
The amount of hurdles, like his whole journey of like getting into starting off with the mixtapes and selling that, like all the stuff that he did, you could apply that to just about anything. Like if you're trying to be a rapper, the type of like blueprint that he lays down, you could apply that same blueprint.
And it's still relevant.
Anything, it's still relevant too.
Yeah,
they called him the Godfather of rap, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
If they credited him with that, that was dope.
Crazy.
Akil, how you feeling?
I never knew the whole fact about him like getting basically getting his material from like the drunks, because that's what I've been doing. Like when I was young, I used to hang out with this guy named Larry, this old man at when I was working at KFC, and he would tell me all these crazy wild stories, and I would like turn around and like turn that into the act, and like now me and you we're Trinidadian, we all have like that one uncle that just tells these crazy stories while they're drunk, and they're like, you understand what he ting, and then the this and the that, and they go on the road telling you this crazy shit. And I'm just like, damn, I need to start writing this down, man.
That's rap, man. That's hip hop. Like that's like you're telling your family and your friends' experiences through you're translating it through them. You know what I mean? You're telling the ghosts of your ancestors stuff. You know, that's what rap is. That's what real true comedy is. Like saying that the dark shit that you've been through and making light of it. You know, so. That's what this is, and that's why this movie was so dope, because he translated through both of those things, the music and the entertainment, the movies. He strived for excellence. He hit that mark, and he did it. What happened? Like I had like my eyes watered at the end, man. I'm not gonna lie. When he was like, "Yo, I didn't want to spoil," but like when the things that happened in the end, I was happy for this guy, man. You like who he was? Yeah, I was like, "Yo, he did." Take that cane. I was like, "Woo! This man did it, man. He did it."
So now when you go back and watch movies like Human Tornado, you appreciate them. It hits different now.
Yeah, because before
I might add it to my DVD collection.
I was like, this is like blaxploitation. Like, is this exploiting black people's culture? You know what I mean? Is it just actors who are just selling out the culture to make a buck? Is that what this is? But then now that you see this, and he's like, I've been wanting to shoot me a honky for a long time, and you realize. That's what a lot of black people say, you know what I mean? Like, it's like black people think. So when he says that, it hits him. It's like, oh shit, that's funny, because you know that's how it is. But like the shit that he says, like he's like, bitch, you think I wear cotton underwear? Get the fuck out of here! Like he just came out of jail. He's frustrated. Like that shit it hits different when you see the movie, like laying those scenes out, like and actually breaking it open. Like, oh shit, okay, now I get that. So I highly recommend this, and I highly recommend go back and watch those originals, man. Go back and watch the God do his work.
Yeah, man. I had the box sets in 07, baby, man. I've been rocking with Rudy all since 07.
Yeah, man. So, Canada doesn't get put on to shit like that, man. Especially before the internet came. Nah. We weren't getting put on.
Guess what Rotten Tomatoes gave?
What'd they give it?
97.
Oh, okay. Surprised.
Mm-hmm.
They usually don't like stuff like this.
I give this a 99.9%.
It's damn near perfect. My only problem was just Eddie was being Eddie. If he became Rudy more, if it was more Rudy, I would have gave it a perfect 10. But it's a 9.99999999999.
Yeah. And when he did the spots that he did in the movies, he didn't hit it perfect, but like he still did it. And I was appreciative that they added that stuff in, and they did a cool way of filming him as if he was back in the 70s. Like the style of it looked like, and they took the actual original footage and meshed him in there with the editing. I appreciated the way they did all that type of stuff. The bed scene when he's like, put your weight on it. And they actually show how they figured all that out with the things going up and down and all this type of stuff. That was great. Ah, man, this movie's special, man.
I think I read an article where it said Eddie, he wanted to do this like 15 years ago, but nobody would want to pick it up. Wow. So I'm glad Netflix did it.
I'll be honest, man. I felt bad while I was watching this movie because I couldn't go see it in theaters, and I didn't go see it in theaters because it was playing for a small little time before it came out on Netflix. Had a small little release window, but I wish I saw this in the theaters in the big screen, man. This is a special movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so let me hit y'all with some Rudy Ray Moore things to check out. So check out Dolemite, Human Tornado, Disco Godfather, P.D. Whitstraw. Some of y'all that like the movie Baps or Holly Berry, he was in that movie back in '97.
Okay.
He was?
Oh yeah, he played a character named Nate.
Oh, okay.
So that's in his older years. What else was he in?
So where was he? What part of from?
I think he was in LA after a while. He did a lot of stuff with Snoop. So he was in the Murder was the case that they gave me in the little short video. He was in that, and then he was in the Snoop Doggy Dogg World video.
Oh,
he did a lot of stuff in LA. Like Dolemite, Rudy Ray Moore, he was active all the way to 2009.
Oh.
He passed in 08, but he still had a project that came out in 09.
Wow.
So he was active all his life. Like he started late in the game. He was like in his late 40s when he started, but he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna hit the ground running. And he did. He just stayed active every year. Pretty much every year he had a project coming out.
That's an amazing story,
from 1975 to 2008. Steady working.
Man, yeah, no. Are there any favorite scenes that you guys had from the movie that stand out to you, Akil, JT?
I like the fact that they took scenes out of the movies and played them almost to a T. You know, at the end, you know, they showed it, especially when he was hitting old girl in the bed. He put your weight on it, and the ceiling came down. And I have to tell you, Wesley Snipes, he played that role. I don't care what nobody say. He played that role.
Yo, Wesley, honestly, he was a standout because he was doing great, especially when he was with the girl and he's like, when he had the chest open, he's like, okay, just be gone, peasants. You know, like he was like more elaborate with his style and he wasn't stiff. You know what I mean? He was just like, come on, baby, let's. And he's touching his nose with the booger sugar and all this shit. You know, like it was fucking hilarious.
The one person that kind of like faded to the background to me was Craig Robertson. He didn't really do much.
But nah, he's around a bunch of elite dudes, man. In this movie, he's not around like some regular smegular, you know, actors.
But everybody kind of like didn't really dislike even Titus Burgess from the Kim show on Netflix. Like he did well. He didn't really fade into the background. Yeah, he did Keegan Michael Key held his own. Mike Epps. Yeah. Even Snoop Dogg for the little cameo he had, he was good.
That was heartbreaking, man. I thought Snoop was running a big radio station and shit. He's like, yo, I can't play your record. I thought he was on a big LA radio station at the start. Then he's just working in a record store playing records for the... I was like, oh, man. He's turning them down in a little record store? Like, holy shit. What's this guy got to do? And he's the manager of the record store. Did you guys catch that? And they won't play his record. It's like, what? That was crazy. I was watching it like, wait, what just happened? I had to rewind it and be like, wait. Was Snoop Dogg playing music for the record store and he turned down the manager to play his record because it was that shit? That's hilarious.
Hilarious.
And then his albums, like, they killed now. Like, people were like buying the shit out of his albums after that. But you just gotta believe in yourself, man, and hustle. This movie motivated the shit out of me.
Yeah, man. I went on Twitter. I went on Tidal to see if I could find it. I gotta find Dolemite shit, man. I'm gonna look for Rudy Ray Moore. I'm gonna search it like that and see if I find it.
Yeah, if you just type in Rudy Ray Moore, like it's on Apple Music and you can listen to his comedy albums that way. And YouTube has a couple clips from Human Tornado, but I believe they put Dolemite on Amazon. Jump on that wave.
As soon as Akil finished watching it, man, he called me up. Fuck it, man. I'm making movies. That's how inspired he was, man, after watching this. Man.
Yeah, man.
The one part I was like, come on, Eddie, was when he was in the theater and he kept looking back at the light and then looking at the crowd and then looking back at the light and then looking at the light. I was like, okay, Eddie, we get it. You're inspired by the movie. Like it's like a good 4 minutes of him just like, that goddamn light. You know, like it's like, all right, we get it, bro. That was one part of the movie. I was like, it's a little cheesy. But we get it. He's inspired by seeing what's happening around him.
Yeah.
But it had some dope parts in this, man. Snoop Dogg killed it. He did a great job for the little parts he was in. I was wondering if his hair was really his or he's getting a little, the add-ons.
That shit looked like Stevie Wonder braids, right? Has some spaces in there.
I was like, how you go from dreads to that so fast? Like, that ain't possible, is it? Like he cut his hair and he had something in, put a little fake weave in there or something. What else? Yeah, standout scenes was when they got the lights on in the theater, and they showed the classic theater, and they gave a little Easter egg on how that was like a black theater where they would show black movies and the culture behind it. I was like, that is dope. I don't know if that's a real place. I ain't from LA. I ain't from America.
But that's a real place. That's a real place.
That's hard, man. The way they put that into the movie was dope, man. And if I go to LA and I go to Hollywood, I gotta go see that spot. You know what I mean?
This is like a Black History movie,
Indy,
bro.
Right?
It was. What was that? Sorry,
the first one was in Indy, right? Indianapolis. That black-owned theater.
I believe so. Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, what I was saying, JT was this movie's like a Black History film, like on the low.
It was.
Yeah, because that whole putting the fucking taking the power from the other building to power up that building reminded me of like Beat Street and those old breakdancing movies when they would go get in, they'd be like, "It's working." It's working. Like then the party would start. I was like, holy shit, it's fucking lit. It gave me that b-boy vibe, like it just had that. It's hip hop, it's culture, you know what I mean? It just had that vibe. So that gave me the little fuzzies inside,
It's just sad that we didn't let this man smell the roses while he was still here, man. Like he's getting all this love now.
I'm not gonna front like I knew who he was. I didn't know who he was, and I didn't appreciate it when I saw it. I'm not gonna be one of these people who are acting like I've been on it. I didn't know. I watched this with you when you were little, and you're like, "Yo, man, this guy's a shit, man." You and your boy, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know if is this supposed to be funny? Or is this some low budget shit? Are they taking advantage of black people's culture here?" Like, I had so many questions while watching it, but I enjoyed it. But I was like, "The hell is this?" I know black exploitation like Foxy Brown and shit like that, but I didn't know this one. So I was like, "Man, is this just to try to grab money quick scheme or something? Like, what is this?" Like I felt very skeptical while watching it. But
people don't realize. Here's a quick fact though about blaxploitation. Like they don't realize that blaxploitation saved Hollywood. Hollywood was going into bankruptcy during the time in the 70s, and all these damn black films, like he said, that those 5 blocks that they weren't worried about. Yeah. Every hood with those 5 blocks, they all came out and supported films like this, Nigga Charlie, Sweetback, Shaft. What's her name? Foxy.
So basically, those movies are the Blade of the MCU.
Pretty much, yeah. These films saved Hollywood. Like when that movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out, I was just like, I don't give a fuck about that. I want to show what saved Hollywood, which was blaxploitation films.
For real, that's a good fact. Yeah. Maybe we should just let the shit fall and then we just develop our own after everything falls apart, huh? How about that? Instead of always saving this shit for people being the hero. I don't know. That's another topic for another day, though.
That's the show right there.
Let the motherfucking fall, man. Shit. Why do we keep saving this shit? Anyways.
The girl who played Lady Reed, I think she did a pretty good job as well. I enjoyed her character. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she did a great job. And I love the way she came into the movie from the bar. Yeah. And she's beating up her cheating boyfriend and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, who is this? Like, I was automatically interested. I didn't even know they're going to introduce more characters, like main characters. By that time in the story, I was like, okay, we got everybody, the table set. We're rocking. We're moving forward. But yeah, no, she was a standout for sure.
You know who could have did that role as well? Miss Pat. Miss Pat's been killing it in the comedy scene. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Miss Pat.
Let me check. She sounds familiar. Let me see.
Yeah, she sounds familiar.
She's been on Breakfast Club and Joe Rogan a couple times.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I seen her.
Yeah, because there's a certain line you gotta walk with her character. You gotta have that sass, but you gotta be charming. You can't just come off as an asshole.
But can she sing though?
Did this character sing? I don't remember her singing in the Dolemite movies.
Yeah, in Dolemite she sang.
Okay, because she was kind of
country satire type of song where they're making fun of like white people music.
No.
Talking about fucking together and shit like that, remember?
Yeah, I remember that part.
Oh god.
Yeah, Yeah, no, man. Check this movie out. Stop wasting time. It's on Netflix. Go watch this, man. I watched it at night, and then I put on the Dolemite movie, and then I woke up the next day and I had Dolemite is My Name on again in the background while I was doing stuff throughout my day. So that's how I feel about this, man. That's all I gotta say. I'm throwing it on again. It's one of those movies that after you watch it, there's scenes that you go back and you're like, oh shit, I didn't even realize that and that. You know, like it's a great movie.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, it was a great film, man. I'm biased though.
10 motherfuckers out of 10 motherfuckers.
You're rat soup eating motherfucker. Dance when they're shooting at them.
Yeah,
like,
man.
That shit warmed my heart when I was in high school.
Drive, nigga, drive.
That's from the Drive, nigga, drive. That's from Human Tornado. You need to watch it.
Yeah, I got to see that one. But that scene in the movie, I was like dying. I was like, holy shit.
Let me. I want to pull up a scene from Human Tornado real quick while y'all talk.
Okay, cool.
Riff for a second, real quick.
Yeah. So obviously, you know how. Oh, go ahead, JT. How you feel?
So, do you think this is like the stamp on Eddie Murphy's comeback?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And this is the perfect PR for Eddie Murphy to be able, and also for him to get into his old Eddie Murphy like shell of him being like saying shit. Because he's covering all the bases. This is PR, so he can go around, do interviews, get people familiar with who Eddie Murphy is again. And then this is his reintroduction to the motherfucking nigga Eddie Murphy, who doesn't give a fuck, saying comedy, and people can't tear him down. And then he also has him saying what he said in his old comedy, crazy. He's that kill cult because people go back and watch. They'll be like this guy was wild. So he's covered those bases. So he's safe, you know.
Yeah. Do you know what he's hosting Saturday Night Live the end of December?
Yeah, his rollout is perfect, and then he's coming with his special for I think New Year's Day or something like that.
Yeah, on Netflix. Yeah. Y'all ready for the slip?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right. So there's the actress right here, the real actress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was at the beginning of Dolemite.
Yeah, so Human Tornadoes Part 2 of the Dolemite picks up right after. This shit was like the Marvel Universe. Shit just all connected together. You see the microphone, bro? You see that shit?
Yeah. That's the one that I watched. Did I watch the wrong one then?
Man, this made me want to go back and watch all of them now.
She knows karate.
They whooped his damn ass, boy. Look how smooth he was with that fake afro, bro. I never knew that shit was fake, man. His old ass.
With the first scene in the movie that I watched, he came out of jail and she got him out of jail. Is that the
That's Dolemite, yeah. That's not Human Tornado.
Because it went to that scene after. I don't know what the fuck I watched because it went to that scene after. In the first scene, the white guy was talking, the white cop saying, "We got to get you out of jail," and he lit the cigarette and he talked, and then he gave Dolemite a cigarette and he said, "Do you want a light?" And Dolemite, his acting skills, his body language looked like he was so nervous acting. He didn't want to be smoking the cigarette and like shaking. You know what I mean?
Bro, I found the whole Human Tornado movie for free on Netflix. I mean, on YouTube right now.
Yeah. I was about to shout that out, but he was like, "Nah, I don't want the cigarette. I don't want the cigarette." Like he doesn't want it lit up. He just took it and like went like this. You know what I mean? But I think it's on. Shout out to Reel REEL Black. They got a lot of legendary shit. So check it out. Or go buy it.
They reenacted this scene in the movie, and they did a great job.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely have to go watch these again.
I had everybody watching that shit freshman year of college, bro. Bitch, are you for real? came out with his dick out.
Yep.
Yo, I used to have viewing parties in college. And the way he incorporated the African drums, all the foolishness he was doing.
Yeah. And it was
There's Ernie Hudson right here from Ghostbusters driving the car. Fun fact right here. Drive, nigga, drive.
Oh, it got muted.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Nah, man, this movie's classic, man. It's legendary. Yeah, the one I watched, he came out of jail and he got in the fight with the cops who tried to arrest him. He threw the guy in the trunk and shit like that.
Yeah, that's Dolemite, bro. That's the first Dolemite.
Yeah, but it had that scene too. So I don't know. Maybe it was a splice up.
Yeah, I don't know. Watch Human Tornado.
I'm gonna have to cop it when I go to North Carolina or to go to the South again.
It's on Amazon. Buy Amazon copy.
Oh, that's it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they remastered them on Blu-ray now.
Now on Prime. All right.
So yeah, cool. that concludes this episode. I'm gonna go watch The Watchmen.
Okay. You don't want to talk about The Watchmen episode 1?
I completely forgot, bro. It's 9 o'clock.
Oh, he ready. Ready,
boy. Right. Regina King she was so close to showing titty that first episode, and she didn't.
Yeah,
it might not be in her contract. Yeah, I told y'all earlier I like titties, and I was like, is she about to do it?
Yeah,
I was like, hard.
This is HBO. Is it going on here? Is it about to happen?
And she's like, no, I'm a distinguished
good
actress.
hair. Nope. Like Regina got that good hair. Shit, let's see what happens.
I was like, okay, I see Riley Freeman out here. Huey.
Yeah, so I guess we'll review Watchmen next episode then. You try and get at it?
Yeah, we'll do episode 1 and 2. We'll do that next week, man. We hit y'all with that.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to find out a way to ski mask that for me, please.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't engage in that type of
Me neither.
Yeah, I'm gonna go buy HBO. Watch it.
Oh man, native land. I don't deal with that. And things, I mean, I deal with that. But yeah, this is episode 99. Anything else you guys want to add?
Real quick, Casey, I heard Canada doesn't have freedom of speech, man. I heard y'all don't have a First Amendment.
Nah, it's not called what you call it, but it's different. We got it, though.
It's like, say what you want, eh?
That's pretty much. I don't think it was ever a thing to say that we can't say what we want to say. So, like, we were, you know what I mean? Like, Canada wasn't even blocked like that. Like, you guys had that issue to say you can't do that. And then England had that issue too. I think we came over and was just like, nah, we're not even bothering with that. We can say whatever the fuck we want to say.
The Canada's problem is once you say you gotta translate that shit in French.
Canada's problem is they care about the image of things more than they care about the actual quality of things.
Gotcha.
Later. Yeah. And the racism's different. Racism in America, I like. It's straight up and in your face. You know that motherfucker's racist. Damn Canada's right. Like, yeah, buddy, I got you. 14 years, you know the person, and they be blocking you this whole time?
Yeah, they're blocking your promotions, all types of stuff, man.
That's Canada.
I did not know it was like that up there, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of that passive-aggressive racism. That's why I couldn't stand it there.
Montreal is like, you don't know French? They act like they don't know English. Like, they'll be like, no. But you could be like, oh shit, that guy got shot, and they'll be like, where? You know, like, or they'll block like Muslims from wearing their garbs and stuff like that. They'll be like, you can't do that. They're past the Bill 21. That can't.
Oh,
you
really?
have to show your face on your license. You can't block your face on your license. You know, like stuff like that. You can't block your face in my store in Quebec. So yeah, we definitely got a lot of shit happening. It's just, you know, American motherfuckers are so loud.
I love it. I love the loud, ignorant racism, bro.
Y'all are so loud that the rest of the world don't hear Canada saying, hey, there's problems here too. Hey, you know, y'all are like, what the fuck's going on in the room of the world? You know, so everybody's like, what's going on in America now? You know? Cannon's bleeding on the side, like, oh, I'm hurting over here. America's like, motherfucker, step out my shoe. Cannon's bleeding out, like, we don't got no money. I'm dying.
Yeah, y'all dollar ain't shit, man. It's like $80 for a video game, bro.
I told you, 35 for every 100. It's crazy. And then the bank wants their piece. So if you want to get the money, you got a 35 for every 100, and then you got to give the bank the little money to send you the American money. So it's like $37 to $38 you lose on $100. That's why you see me in America like you used to, bro.
that's why Casey got that beard, man. Can't afford no haircuts in Canada, man.
This girl let my barber do it right. Too many times I fucked it up. I'm like, let me just leave it, let my barber clean. And I've been, girls at Tim Hortons been hooking me up with free coffees and shit off this beard, man. So it's a look.
I'm telling Casey, I'm telling on you.
I keep hearing about this Tim Hortons, man. I'm gonna have to visit one when I get up there.
It's all right.
All right, does this include our foolishness for the week?
This concludes it. I don't know if it includes it, but it definitely concludes it. Episode 90.
It concludes it. Does it includes?
Hey, listen back on Tuesday, baby, when it comes out. And when I drop
it on
YouTube.
Motherfucking White Claw.
What's that called? Softness? Lightweight?
This is number 3. That claw make you go raw. That's what it does.
It's all good, man. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. We really appreciate y'all. JT, thanks for being on this. Come back anytime, man.
JT, what time is it in Arizona right now?
6:11 p.m.
Jeez. What, 9 o'clock here?
Yeah, it's like 9
o'clock. I'm about to give you something to eat.
It's episode 99, everybody. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.